Today is January 6th, 2025, and it is about 11:20 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. January 6th does have some implications in this country, but I'm not going to discuss those things. Today I connected my microphone. I don't know if my voice sounds too different or not, with or without the microphone, but today I remembered, so I attached it. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, and today's Monday. It snowed here today, so outside it's all white, so it's looking very nice. My daughter's school is off today, so she's home. Snow is very nice to look at. I love it. But if I were to live in a place where there's lots of snow, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much. However, here in Virginia, it snows once in a while, so I don't know, maybe a couple times a month or something during winter, and that is something I can enjoy that. And for me, especially when I talk about happiness bucket, if I could sit with my coffee, and which is what I was doing earlier, and then look outside, see the snow, and drink coffee, that's real pure joy. I'm big into coffee, as you guys know if you were watching these videos for a while. I love coffee. I love cappuccino a lot. I also like latte, the vanilla latte. However, the latte has more calories, so these days actually, it's been a while I have had a latte. I think I had only one in the last several months. Cappuccino is a good drink where it has considerably less calorie at the same time that tastes good if you're into Starbucks. As I'm saying, it's like I feel like I want one today. I might get a second cup of coffee later. I don't know. I'll see. Sometime I just go with green tea or something to work with that craving, so that I don't end up drinking a second cup of coffee. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about this thing, and I was actually chatting with a friend earlier today, and so I figured today, why not talk about that? Because in our life, we have, yesterday I talked a little bit about fear and faith, fear being the subconscious mind, and faith, or if faith doesn't fully resonate with you, you can think of it as a freedom or a state of fearlessness, right? So this two state, I was thinking more about it, and I was talking about that how 8 billion different people in the world, how we walk our life differently, and the same experience or the same thing we see very differently. So if you know, there's a quote by Wayne Dyer, one of my most favorite quotes. He said, when you change the way you look at things, the thing you look at changes. And a lot of time people use this. My glass is not half full, so maybe I'll drink some to make it half. So the glass is not fully half, but to get the concept, you can look at it as a half full, you can look at it as a half empty. Both are true, both are right, but depends on how we look at it, right? And there are other perspectives too. If you have different experiences in life, you could see that, oh, there's a glass, but nobody's talking about the glass. Everybody's talking about if it is half full or half empty. You can see that there's a glass. The glass is made of, glass. It's not a metal cup. And it allows you to drink water. The same glass you can use to drink other drinks. So there's so many, these are some examples. There's so many ways to look at one single thing, and all of that comes from our life experiences, what we had been through. And when we can align all of that with what we want to achieve in life, especially after midlife, right? After midlife, there is no, some people would use the word people pleasing. For now, I'm going to stick with that, people pleasing, right? At midlife, after midlife, we don't usually care for that as much, because we know that life is not forever. But the sadness, suffering, pain, all of that comes from when we think that we have to do certain things a certain way, because otherwise we will make people feel sad, or otherwise we will make people don't want us or don't like us. But guess what? When you live a life like that, that what matters to you, of course you want to be careful, and careful meaning your, closest people, either you call it inner circle or whichever way you represented it, your top 5 people who has the most impact in your life. You want to make sure that you are not pissing them too much. Like in my case, I want to make sure my daughter is not like whatever things I'm doing, I'm not doing things that I have to hide from her. That means if I'm doing something like that, that means I'm not doing the right things. Anyway, that's my rule, but different people will have different rules. However, you create your own rules. You have the power to do that. You don't have to, because the interesting part is when you start doing that, that is when you will attract the right people in your life, at work, at home, at community, at church, and wherever you're going. And for me, it took a while. This past whole year, I was coming out from that many invisible shell that I had before. And I say it invisible because first thing is we don't see that it's there until it's broken. Second is sometimes we are in denial that it's there, so we don't work on it. And I don't know, and sometimes as you keep going through the path, and you discover what are the things that is really important to you, because when you figure those out and you work towards that, my hair is a little messy this morning, I'm sorry. So when you figure those out and you achieve that, and you don't have to be like fully achieving those, but you see your goal so clear that does not matter what somebody says or somebody does. You don't take your eye off that goal, right? So that is when you become fearless. And I was talking about that, fearless and fearful, 2 different states. And we bounce between these 2. There's nothing else. We bounce between these 2, fearless and fearful. And fearful is when we are sad, angry, mad, all the negative emotions you can think about. Frustration, disappointment, all of those are here, down here. And the high frequency zone, the contentment, the confidence, the happiness, and all of those gratitude, peace, joy, harmony, all of those are here. So generally, and in between, of course, there's a neutral zone. So a lot of time, if we are here, great. Even if you're in a neutral zone, it's better than being here. And when you go with different religion, either Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism. These are the three I was exposed to. I have been exposed to. Um, there are ways to, at least from here, how we can get here, the neutral zone, because sometimes when life is so hard for a very long time, even though you want to laugh, or you want to smile, it does not happen on a, it does not happen automatically. But from here, from the very low frequency to the neutral zone, it's possible with a little bit of effort. So sometimes there's this. I'm big into quotes. I've been following them for a long time, so that's why I use them. Martin Luther King said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, but you have to take the first step with your faith." He said it a little differently, but the point is, if you have to, there is different. What Jack Canfield said, I think, if you have to go 200 miles from California to, say, if you're driving to New York, I think it's more than 200 miles. Anyway, when you go, say it's dark night and your headlights in the car goes only so far. You don't see the road fully from California to New York. You know that your destination is New York. You know that you're not going to change it no matter what somebody says, because that's where you want to go. So you keep going. You just see a little bit every time, at a time, and then you keep going. And then if you keep going, let's say if you took a detour, if your GPS made you take a detour, or I don't know, it took an exit to eat some snack or get coffee or whatever, but as long as you come back to your path, you will reach New York. But once you think that, I don't know if I want to go to New York, maybe Virginia will be my place, from California to Virginia, or maybe, I don't know, from California to Kansas, you will keep wandering around all across. And it's just going to take you longer to get to where you want to. So anyway, I just thought to talk about this. And and there will always be some little bit of fear about something. So don't think that the fear is completely going to go away. So it's interesting, the other day I was talking to my friend, and the confidence and the twinkling light that I saw in her to make 2025 her best year ever. Oh my God, it blew my mind away. So, and she is one of the person in my mastermind group. I have talked about it earlier on this channel. So later this month, myself and 3 of my good friends, we are going to start a mastermind group. And the concept is from Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. We would like to think that all 4 of us are kind of high achiever ladies in midlife. That is not thinking that we are, but we are in our midlife. And at this stage of life, we know what we want and we want to go get it. We are all go-getter type. So anyway, so that was, and at this point, like, I don't know what to say, I'm the connector. I know all these 3 friends of mine, and I'm trying to connect the like-minded people together. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited about it, because, and that's another thing, I think in life, more than anything, what is most important is to have the surroundings. They call it many different ways. 5 people, you are the average of 5 people you spend most of your time with. You are the blend of 5 people you spend most of your time with. Your company can make you or break you. Let me write that down for myself. Because I will make a later time about that. Because in my 30s, I wish I was in 30s, but anyway, in my 40s, now I know that that is, and again, that goes by, when I was saying 8 billion people, I think that is a general rule. Look at the people around you that you know. Who do they spend their time with most? And notice how they become a little bit like the people they're spending time with. So, in my opinion, that is one of the most important thing, if not the most important thing, right? Who are those people in your circle? I think the concept of 5 people is like a generalization. It could be 3 people, it could be 2 people, it could be 10 people, depending on how your surroundings are, how much time you're spending with each of them, what concepts you're allowing to make your own decision. Because ultimately, it's we ourselves, we make the decisions of the concepts and thought process that people are sharing it with us. So it goes with the most influential person in our life is in the mirror, meaning we ourselves, because we have those two sides, subconscious and conscious. And depending on how we are working with our subconscious, it is going to try to absorb the ideas and lessons from the situations that we go through, from the life experiences that we go through, from the life experiences that we see other people going through in their life who are close to us, right? So our company can make or break us. Also, our company can help us to be the best version of ourselves, right? Like when I say make us, that's what I mean. So that is the concept of a little bit of mastermind. And if you have friends in your community or somebody, like it's the simplest way to talk about it is having multiple accountability partners, because life gets busy. If you have only one friend who you are fully connected to, sometimes that friend may not have time for you. Or if it's family members, then they may not have the time for you. Also, they might look at things differently, and then that could create pain or suffering when you are trying to get that help or understanding from that one person, right? So that's why having a group, you can call it different, it doesn't have to be called mastermind group, that can help you to achieve your dreams and to reach your fullest potential. So, yeah, that was a lot of different things I was thinking. And today with the snow, I can't go to the gym, so I'll have to exercise at home. Yesterday, I stayed busy with so many other things that I couldn't exercise, but today I gotta do it. Today I gotta do it. So I have to get up earlier and earlier, which is one of my struggles with a lot of these rules and thought process. I do many things, but I think I like to stay in bed so much in the morning. It is really hard for me. So if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. I can do it, but it's like I have to start liking it. And I have looked up on, everywhere, Google, GPT, ChatGPT, and everywhere, where like, you reward yourself and tie this with that, go 15 minutes back. I tried all of that, but I can do it, but I want to like it. But I think the concept is the habits. I just got to keep doing it. But if you guys have other ideas, please share in the comments. To me, yeah, I think that's for another day. But anyway, yeah, today I also have several things planned in my schedule to do. And I'm going to share this. As I look at this, it's a little hard to read with just the glass, so that's why I kind of I have to cut some papers and kind of do it properly. I put some post it. You guys will think that I'm so weird. But anyway, this is a heart-shaped thing. Never underestimate the difference you made and the lives you touched. Enjoy the next chapter. So I'll read it again. It's kind of probably hard to read from there. Never underestimate the difference you made and the lives you touched. Enjoy the next chapter. So I look at it and I get inspired with that, because a lot of times in life, especially in midlife, we are always thinking that, what is my contribution to the world? What am I doing to make the world a better place? What am I doing to leave the world a little bit better? Maybe a tiny, tiny micro bit better than the way I found it, right? And we as human beings, we forget, and we are wired that way, like how they would say we are wired that way, that we think of the things that we didn't achieve, we didn't do well, we think of those more than the things we did good, right? The conscious versus subconscious. So I keep that as a reminder. If you haven't already, have something like that where you spend most of your time during the day, maybe at your work desk or somewhere. Have something that reminds you. Excuse me. I have had the opportunity to work at different places and lead many people, hundreds of people in different organizations in the past 20 years of my corporate life. And when I look at this, not every time, but when I look at this, I remember when one person back in, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, he said there was 14 years of his career and he was at the happiest place with his work, and I encouraged him to get to that place. I don't always think of that story as like always, because there are many other stories like that, but I focus less on those, and I focus on what I could do better, what I didn't achieve, I couldn't achieve. And people struggle with that. The other day I was listening to a TED Talk, and the person was saying that Da Vinci said that before he died, he said that he was sad that he couldn't make more difference than he did, or he didn't fulfill enough of God's wishes or something like that. And that makes you wonder, oh my God, a person like Da Vinci to have that thought. I am no way, shape, or form saying that I'm better than Da Vinci, but the point is that it is so important, because our life is not on our deathbed. Our life is every single day, right? What we say or think or do at the end of life does not define our whole life, right? And living every day and having that reminder that we have done some good in the world, we have changed some minds to live a better life, we have helped others, we have made a difference, reminding that to ourselves, because it goes back to that we can be our best cheerleader, or we can be the best critic of ourselves. You can have a mentor, coach, whoever in your life, or the best partner ever who supports you in everything, but at the end of the day, it is we ourselves who can completely make us and break us. And that goes with also that, the company will keep feeding you information, but at the end we make the decision, so we can make us or break us. So reminding ourselves, so I have a few different post-its and things to remind myself, with some of you, if you come here, when I say here, I almost feel like we're all sitting together. And thank you guys for, when I say guys, of course I mean guys and girls. I'm using a generic term. It really makes me happy. It really makes me happy to accept the moments, accept each and every moment. Sometimes I'm happy, I'm sad, or whatever that is, accept it is, knowing and thinking that that is what that moment is supposed to be. We don't have to fight anything. We don't have to fight. In the world, there is this, these days, there's a lot of talks about men versus women, right? And especially in politics, that's like a big thing. And very recently, in the last couple of months, I came through some teachings where it helped me to look at it differently. And I wish that the whole world at some point will start looking at it differently, because when we make it men versus women, it doesn't make anybody happy. It doesn't make the man happy. It doesn't make the woman happy, because then it's a fight, then it's a struggle. It does not have to be a struggle, right? Every different species, and I'll use a weird comparison because that's how it just came to my head. Say, people love pets, dogs and cats, and there's human. We are not fighting with human, are not fighting with dog, human are not fighting with cat. You either like them or you don't like them, and just you move on, right? Same thing, if we had that with men and women, that we're not competing with each other. Like the dogs are not competing with human, I know it's a weird concept. I might piss some people using that example, but that teaching helped me to realize, and it's unfortunate that many people, it's as I talk to my friends and others and acquaintances, and unfortunately people don't look at it that way, and I wish they did, because that will help people to get to that phase of, it's just the beauty. It's not the fight, not the like women are better than men or men are better than women. There is no comparison. It's just different, right? It's just different. So there is no fight. And that is when the inner wisdom and the best ideas and the best thing comes up, because there is no fight. That we are all different. We are all just different. So anyway, I think I talked a lot, so I'm going to finish it. I have been doing my intention setting, gratitude, affirmation, all of that thing. Again, I keep encouraging all of you to do the 3 new gratitude, because that's the simplest thing to do, which can help to feel better in the shortest period of time. There's many different things to do, but if you haven't done 3 new gratitude every single day, that can, if you do that for a month, I can guarantee you that you will start feeling different. And our thinking, speaking, action, try your best to align them, thinking, speaking, action, because when you do that, I can guarantee you, in time, you will love to smile, you would love to laugh. Not only that, the people around you, you will see the difference in them, because you are going to emit that energy that is going to reflect from the people around you. And if some people, they don't get it, they may fade away, and that is okay, because you have to make space for the new by letting go of those old relationships, whether it's friend, work, whatever, that is no longer serving you, because this is a time when you really realize life is not forever. You want to go get what you want. Set a goal. Keep going towards that, either if it's from California to New York, whatever your goal is, even if you get, in a detour, just come back to it. Come back to it. And your surroundings, most important thing, it can make you or break you. Okay, so with that, I'm going to finish the video, and take care. I will see you all tomorrow. Well, I might make some shorts later in the day, but I don't know yet for sure. But definitely I'm coming back tomorrow.